member of the Hudson Institute has termed the SCO, quote, the most dangerous organization that the American people have never heard of.
Next on Global Pulse. How these broadcasters worldwide are covering the SCO and BRIC summits.
Hello, I'm Erin Coker. 2 summits in Russia have sent a very clear message to the United States. You have messed up the dollar and we want out. The SCO, which is sometimes referred to as the SOC, is called the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and their mission is to become one of the top dogs in the new global financial order. China's CCTV explains who they are and what they're after.
The annual summit of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization is underway in the Russian city of Yekaterinburg. Chinese President Hu Jintao made a speech during the summit in which he called for joint efforts to overcome the current difficulties and ride out the world financial crisis.
The Shanghai Cooperation Organization was founded by Kazakhstan, China, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan. The organization aims to promote mutual cooperation and maintain regional peace, security and stability.
So what came out of the SCO summit? Al Jazeera revealed the bottom line.
Russian President Dmitry Medvedev told delegates that a new reserve currency is needed in addition to the dollar to stabilize global finances. And China announced it will give $10 billion to Central Asian countries.
The U.S. media may mostly ignore the SCO, but there's another player out there with power that can't be ignored. Russia Today shows us why the U.S. should pay more attention to the BRIC.
Following the SCO meeting, Russia will host the first summit of the world's key growing economies on Tuesday. The formal debut of the BRIC, which comprises of Brazil, Russia, India and China as a bloc, is emerging as a stabilizer for beleaguered Western economies.
Developed economies need money. The world's fastest developing economies have it. The 4 nations have so far been seen as little more than a common interests club. But the time may be right for BRIC to become one of the building blocks of the global economy as it emerges from the downturn.
The BRIC has the punch to go for a financial knockout. Consider this. Together, the 4 BRIC nations have a 15% slice of the world economic pie. But they have 40% of its hard currency reserves. The BRIC nations could barely hide their frustration with the U.S. since the financial crisis began, as Al Jazeera English, Russia Today, and Portugal's SIC reported.
É uma crise causada, fomentada por comportamentos irracionais de gente branca, de olhos azuis.
For the meantime, the 4 countries expressed discomfort with Washington's financial stewardship.
We'll be witnessing the emergence of a new supranational currency used for international settlements.
Russia and China are some of the biggest holders of the dollar outside the U.S., and they both seek to lessen their reliance on the currency.
I'm very worried, and I want to send this message to the United States. I hope the country will honor its words, maintain its credibility, and ensure the safety of Chinese assets.
Why the frustration? China, for example, has invested in U.S. dollars for years, and American consumers bought Chinese-made goods. But with the financial meltdown, the U.S. may have to print more money, which could cause inflation and lower the value of China's dollar holdings. And now, emerging nations are cutting trade and financial deals with one thing in common: the dollar need not apply, as Argentina's Todo Noticias showed.
Argentina's government has reached a deal with China that will allow it to pay for exports directly in yuan to protect its currency in economic crisis. China and Argentina signed an exchange agreement worth 70 billion yuan. Thanks to the agreement, Argentina won't have to pay for Chinese exports in dollars, a currency in which most international commerce is conducted in.
Are Americans aware of the challenge? Not if they're solely watching U.S. media. Now, the SCO by itself, not much of a threat. But you add the BRIC, now that's a whole nother story. Put the SCO and the BRIC together, and now you've got a threat.
For Global Pulse, this is Erin Coker.
This program is brought to you by Link TV for educational and non-commercial use only. Link TV is the only US network dedicated to global and national news, uncompromising documentaries and diverse cultural programs. Programs which connect you to the world.